If you want to be a stand-up comic, it all starts with the open mic. And the conventional wisdom is that if you're serious about stand-up comedy, you need to move to either LA or New York. My name is Connie Bryan. I'm a stand-up comic, comedy writer, and host of the Connie Bryan Show, formerly airing for 4 years in Santa Barbara and currently airing in Sacramento, California on Comcast Cable Access Channel 17. Since to my knowledge no one else had done it, I decided it would be a fun idea to make a documentary showcasing my act performing on the open mic circuit in LA, San Francisco, and Sacramento. I'm really not into shock cinema, and if I was, and I thought you, my viewers, were, we could have a boatload of fun with a documentary showcasing how much obscene XXX douchebaggery and vulgarity you commonly find at the average open mic today, all masquerading as comedy. But then I realized there are generally no shower facilities nearby at your local theater or film festival venue. It's amazing just how bad the open mic scene has become, and by bad I mean not just bad writing, but a complete lack of comedy writing. Just the unbelievable dripping body part shitstorm you usually have to endure just waiting to do your short 3-minute set. And when you do finally get up on stage, you literally feel like you need a shower to be presentable to the audience. With this current trend, I think it would be nice if more open mics were held at places like 24-Hour Fitness. Actually hold the open mic in the locker room where you could have a drain on stage and it could be easily hosed down after each comic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure David Letterman, Jay Leno, and Conan O'Brien aren't looking to bring up that kind of, new raw talent for their audiences. In addition to my act, I hope you'll enjoy a select few up-and-coming comics I discovered along the way. They made the final cut for this film solely because of the quality effort they put into their writing, not just trying to out-defecate or out-ejaculate everyone else on stage. And I'd like to thank them for that rare and occasional breath of fresh air.
Connie Bryan!
Thank you guys very much. I tell you, what's gone before, you're going to have to excuse me, I'm going to need to make a public service announcement here. I am not going to be doing, I'm Connie Bryan, and I just want to let y'all know I don't do any butt fucking or cock sucking or dicks that make my vagina bleed or sex with animals or my pets or making fun of people with AIDS and cancer. Did I leave anything out that's gone before? Swallowing cum. I'm not going to do any STD-related comedy tonight, so this might be a good time for like an interception. Anybody that needs to use the bathroom, just by way of introduction. What we're going to do now is take the show out of the bathroom. I'm going to flush the toilet and come back into the dining area, and we're going to have more of a cocktail kind of atmosphere. And that's as close as I'm going to get to using the word cock in my act. I mean, I want to apologize to those of you in the front rows here because there was supposed to be a Gallagher tarp. So if any of you feel like you might have been exposed earlier, think about getting yourself tested for an open mic transmitted disease or something maybe later on. I heard next week they're going to have the blood mobile here, so that'll make it easy for some of you guys that like the STD material. But I'm actually going to do some comedy. What advice would you give to people like myself trying to come up in the business? It's
one thing I got to tell you, because it applies to everybody in here. It's not just show business. It applies to your whole way of life. It's a big word called rejection. Because people will say to you, Connie, are your parents still alive? Go back to them. Well, what is this? What do you mean go back to them? I've been back there. They didn't think I was that funny. Or they laughed so much, they frightened me. But I mean, what do you mean go back? You can't go back. But just get ready. And I don't know that, I've been on cattle calls. Mr. Winters, how old are you? I'll be 79 in November. Jesus, I'll be 79. Oh, God. We don't even have a grandfather part. Would you like to walk across in the scene?
guys like Bill Maher? Yeah. Not because I'm a doper or anything like that, you know, because I'm really not down with his legalize every drug on the planet mantra. I do agree with Bill Maher that it's time we try something different, though. Let's try something radically different. How about we try setting the right example for young people, okay? How about we send a message loud and clear? You do drugs for recreation, you're a fucking loser. How about we try that for a change, you know? Oh. That being said, I feel kind of conflicted about meth. Methamphetamine? I actually feel very patriotic about meth because it's the only thing left that Americans still proudly manufacture. You know? Just wait till the Chinese get a hold of meth, like they've stolen every fucking thing else that we manufacture. You know, they'll start making it cheaper and better. You think Walmart's tweaker central now. Wait till the Chinese start making meth. But I like Bill Maher. I like Bill Maher when you get him started on religion. Don't you? Getting Bill Maher started on religion is like getting New Jersey Governor Chris Christie started on Twinkies. You know, it's like getting Donald Trump started on orange toupees and Rosie O'Donnell. You know, how many of you guys grew up in a religious family like me? Anybody? Yeah. Remember Sunday school? Yeah. God, you remember the 6 stories they taught us in Sunday school? I think that had to be where Stephen King got his early inspiration for his scary novels, you know? Can you imagine what it must have been like for Stephen King's kids growing up at bedtime? All right, kids, now that you're tucked in, Daddy's going to read you the first chapter of his new book, Pet Sematary. Pet Sematary? Daddy, does that mean our kitty's going to die? Yes, sweetie, but don't cry. See, that's when all the fun begins. He comes back as a demon kitty, you know? Yeah, I like to do my impersonation of Stephen King at the Oscars. I'd like to thank my publisher and, of course, all my avid readers. But most of all, I'd like to thank King James and my Sunday school teachers for fucking me up with their sick Bible stories. Thank you very much. That's my comedy night here on Thursdays. How you doing, Tony?
I'm okay, and you?
Tony Sparks. So what sparked you to do this? Did you do your laundry here and you decided I'm gonna...
No. I had a series of rooms that were going on. They were very successful, and the owner found out about it, and he thought it'd be great. Oh, let's April Fool's Day 14 years ago. Let's do it on April Fool's Day. It'll be wonderful to have an open mic there. Maybe Robin Williams would show up, that kind of thing. And so we started it, and it was successful, like from the jump.
It's been going how long?
14 years, April Fool's Day.
14 years.
Yeah.
That's great. It's a great location here, and what happened was I got in the mood to do my laundry. Last time I did, I just went home and did my laundry right afterwards. You know?
There you go.
Because it's got the laundry in the back. But this is such a cool spot right here, you know?
Yes, I agree. It's been good for me because they've taken good care of me, and this has been the most how do I say the most popular night.
Thursday night.
Yeah, of all 14 years.
So for comics interested in coming, they get to do how much time usually?
Usually, because so many people show up, it's really popular. 3 minutes. Bring your own pen. Don't use mine.
Right.
I'll make you go home.
That's the famous rule of yours.
There you go. Don't bring. And ladies get to sign up first.
Oh, that's sweet. Yes, you let us sign up first. That's awesome.
Exactly.
And there's always a long line out there.
Always a long line. Line sign up is 6:30. Line forms around 5 o'clock.
Any big names come and work on some material here before they?
Yeah, only 2 that I can think of readily, and that is Faison Love, who was in Fridays, Big Warm Fridays, and Paul Mooney, who used to write for Richard Pryor.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for putting this together. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Great job, Tony. So this is the line outside of Brainwash. Hey, what's your name?
Material Mari.
And you're here to do some comedy tonight?
Yeah, that's the plan, yeah.
All right, you're from San Francisco, right?
I am, yeah.
How long you been doing it?
About a year now. Yeah.
And you guys stand out here starting about 5 o'clock?
Ish, yeah, this guy did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got here a little bit later.
What's your name?
I am Hayden Graveneel.
Hey, Hayden. So how long you been doing stand-up?
Like 5 months.
So you're a newbie at this?
Yep.
And you're here at Brainwash tonight working on some new material?
Yep.
How about you, hon? You here to do some comedy?
Perhaps.
Okay. What's your name?
Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi.
And you're from San Francisco?
Yes.
You've been standing out here since what time?
5.
5 o'clock?
Yes.
What is it, about 32 degrees right now? Just above freezing, I think? And who's this right here?
My name is Jack.
Hey, Jack. I'm Connie Bryan from the Connie Bryan Show in Sacramento. So you're here tonight to do some comedy. You've been standing out here since what time?
About 10 after 5.
God, you guys get here really early.
Yeah.
So do you have a day job that you have to do first?
I have 2 day jobs.
And then you rush over here?
Yeah. So,
How long you been doing it?
Actually a month. So
you're brand new also?
A month to the stage. I've been writing for a while.
What got you deciding you wanted to do stand-up?
Well, I did music for a while, but it doesn't have any longevity. I wanted to just
Who's
try.
your favorite comic? Who's the guy or gal that inspires you?
Let's see. I like Daniel Tosh. I like his
You like Tosh? Yeah,
sarcasm
he's very
and his
funny.
real edginess.
He can be very controversial too.
Yeah. I like George Carlin, one of my favorites.
George Carlin is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Well, maybe we'll see you here in a little bit
All
tonight.
right.
All right. Hey there, what's your name?
Joey.
Hey, Joey.
How's it
How long
going?
you been doing stand-up?
I was doing it a few years ago. I took a year off, just like getting back into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little taste of some of your material?
Just a lot of inappropriate sexual humor, a little bit of racism.
A little bit of racism? Okay.
I sprinkle that in there. Just balance things out.
Your act is pretty much blue, rated R?
I do have a blue balls joke.
You do?
Yeah, I guess you could call it blue.
Okay. So these guys have been standing out here since what time?
I've been here since about 5.
5 o'clock? What's your name?
Pat.
Hey, Pat. So you're from San Francisco?
I've been here for about 10 years.
Okay. I came down from Sacramento. I have a public access show in Sacramento. I'm Connie Bryan.
Cool.
And here to do some comedy tonight. So how long you been doing it?
This is my second time.
Okay. You got a joke or two you can toss at us?
Oh,
From your
yeah.
act?
I don't want to just...
I'm putting you on the spot.
I can't do that.
It's tough to put comics on the
I
spot.
can't do that now, you know? I got to make it fresh.
Okay. I'm going to talk to this guy. If you think of one, then grab me and I'll come back to you. What's your name?
My name is Andrew.
Andrew. All right. And what time did you get out here tonight in front of Brainwash? To do some
A little after 5. Yeah.
Okay. And you stand out here in this cold just to get a chance to do how much time?
I think it's about 5 minutes or something.
You get to do 5 minutes, and they're gonna pay you nothing.
Yeah.
So, but what you get out of it is
Experience.
yes.
You get to find out what kind of things you say are funny
You get
to other people.
Try your stuff out.
Stuff that doesn't just sound good in your head and then end up like, oh crap, why did I say that? It sounded way better in my head.
You got something on the tip of your tongue you can toss out there from your act?
Oh, okay, here's one. People are so weird. I mean, they freeze water into cubes so they can add water to their water. It doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. I can't even keep the camera still. You guys are dedicated.
Hey, Connie. I saw you at 222 Hyde the other night.
Oh, you were there
I
at
was there.
Comedy Cellar?
Yeah, you killed it, I gotta say.
Thank you.
You did well.
Appreciate that, and I'll give you the $20 here in just a little bit. Saying that.
So I have this new couch in my house. I found it, and it's a perfectly good couch. I don't know why anybody would have thrown it away, except there's the one part where you sit on it, and there's a broken spring, so you get stabbed. If you sit on it too long, you might get a little itchy. And it smells a little funny, but I don't mind the smell much because it smells like cheese. It's kind of nice, but funny thing, I don't even like cheese because it smells like my disgusting couch I have in my house. I can't be thinking of that at the same time. People throw out all sorts of great things. Like after this past week, I'm never going to have to buy another Christmas tree again. Everybody. I like Catholics. if I were ever to worship someone, it would be a wizard who lives in a golden city. And I know he's not. I know the Pope's not a real wizard, but like he's kind of like a wizard, like the Wizard of Oz is a wizard, where if you like tell him something you want, he'll tell you that you already have it, and you'll be happier for some reason.
Yes, how we doing, Brainwash?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's the tepid response I've come to love. Fuck yeah. Let's do the damn thing. So you guys, I was reading some news today, because there was just like no new porn or something. And did you guys know that Australia now has oil? Like $20 trillion worth of oil found in Australia. Y'all know what this fucking means, right? I bet they got weapons of mass destruction up in that motherfucker. They go hand in hand. We're gonna have to get over there, but luckily, I'm not even worried about it. Good day, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not even worried about it because now women are allowed in combat, right? Stoked. So I bought these boots. No, I own one already. Fuck. I'm just waiting to do it, right? Just like, we're just gonna go over there and have sex with all those beautiful Australian men.
Hey, your next comic, wonderfully talented human being that has been here before, but, you know, we just can't get enough of. Everybody, please give it up really big for Connie Bryan!
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much, San Francisco. Great to be here at Brainwash.
Well, another day, another quarter. Who says $1 anymore? Get real. Times are tough, right? God, we're still trying to dig our ass out after those corrupt banks almost took us into another Great Depression. Remember that? What did our politicians do after that happened? They turned around and gave almost $1 trillion of our tax dollars, almost $1 trillion, back to the very corrupt banks that did it. So I'm going to be straight with you guys. I'm seriously thinking about taking on a part-time job as a bank robber. Like Robin Hood, to get some of that money back they took from us. I mean, and also, by the way, you know, bank robbing has changed, if you haven't noticed, from its violent Bonnie and Clyde roots. And I found out from CaliforniaJobs.com that my profile is very well suited to that of a bank robber. First of all, I'm a die-hard San Francisco Giants fan, and most bank robbers are baseball fans with the baseball cap. And the baseball cap look works for me because I have a lot of bad hair days, so this is going to work out great. And nowadays, bank robbers are extremely courteous. Think about it. They wait in line. If anybody had a license to cut to the front of the line, wouldn't it be the bank robber? Hey, what are you doing? Who the hell do you think you are? I'm a bank robber. Well, why didn't you say so? Where's your baseball cap? Okay, there you go. Wait a second, you're a Dodgers fan? Really? Right there? That's okay, it's all right. Fucking retard. No, I didn't say nothing. No, but they stand in line with the rest of us, shaking their heads at the fact that there's 15 teller windows open and only 2 tellers working, and one of them is a merchant-only window. You know, this is bullshit. They ought to have a robbers-only window, right? Especially this time of day. It's rush hour. God, if we ever do get up there, I'm giving her a piece of my mind.
I just one time I was at this bar, and I saw 2 ladies get into a fight over a bar stool. One lady was like, "Look, I was sitting there, you have to move." And the other lady was like, "You can't tell me to do shit. I'm a grown-ass woman." Something I noticed is, every woman I've seen yell out, "I'm a grown-ass woman," has always been immature as fuck. Why is that? And they say like it's an attribute. I could go to a job interview with that. So what qualities about yourself make you work here at Bank of America? Well, for one, I'm a grown-ass woman. You need more grown-ass women here. No important woman in history has ever yelled that out. You think that's what Rosa Parks yelled to the bus driver? "Man, you have to move to the back of the bus." "Fuck you, I'm a grown-ass woman." And now
And when was the last time you ever heard of a bank robber shooting somebody? Huh? They never stick a shotgun in the teller's face anymore. What do they use? They use a note. A handwritten note. How easy is that? Not as easy as you might think. See, nowadays, that's the key to whether you're a good bank robber or a bad bank robber. It's all in the note. So let's analyze the robbery note for just a second, starting with the greeting. Should you start your robbery note off really lighthearted to break the ice, like, "Hi there"? I think you should resist that urge. because it's unprofessional. I mean, you want the teller to take your robbery note seriously, don't you? So I would go with Dear Teller, because if you go with Hi There, it's kind of like that. Remember a while back, that cell phone bank robber that wouldn't get off his cell phone? Remember that guy in the news? Nobody's going to take you serious when you won't even hang up your cell phone when you're robbing a bank. With one, there's two exceptions to that. You can use your cell phone when robbing the bank if you've already typed up your robbery note on your cell phone and you're trying to use the new bump and share method. But I don't recommend that because I've tried it and the teller glass is really thick. You're going to crack your screen. The other exception to using your cell phone is if you're trying to send your robbery note to Bank of America via a Twitter feed. Hashtag #GoGiants, that's acceptable in San Francisco. Otherwise, stick with the traditional handwritten note.
I'm 23 years old, and I guess that technically makes me an adult. But, like, I don't feel like a real man, you know? Like, I don't think I'm ready to be a father. Because, like, I'm still afraid of spiders, you know? What kind of dad am I going to be like? My daughter moves into the room, like, Daddy, there's a spider in my room. Like, oh, shit. Fucking hell. Honey, leave it there. There's a spider's room now. Well, my toys are in that room. Look, honey, those are the spider toys now. The old dad. My parents did their best, though. They did what they could. Like, I feel like you can't keep blaming your parents for all your problems. Like, at some point, you have to grow up and start blaming Obama. That's what adults do.
How long should the body of the robbery note be? I'm thinking 1, 2 sentences. You know, I guess you could do a paragraph, but they say anything more with that and they don't read it. And lastly, should you sign off with very truly yours? I'm thinking you should go with sincerely because you want to convey your robbery note. Sincerely, Connie, probably better not to use a last name.
I started thinking about, you ever watch like the History Channel? They always tell the stories through like diary entries. Like they will read the diary, or there's like Civil War or Revolutionary War. They asked me wondering like, how are future generations going to remember us? Because like we don't really keep diaries anymore. We have like Facebook and Twitter. I'm so glad that shit wasn't around back in the day. Like, can you imagine instead of like the diary of Anne Frank, it was like the Twitter feed of Anne Frank? OMG, the Germans are coming to get me. This frowny face. Hashtag YOLO, you know. Hey, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you very much.
And last but not least, I would think the bank would prefer the robbery note be written on one of their withdrawal slips, wouldn't you? I'd hate to get up to the window and give her your robbery note, only having to hand it back to you with a withdrawal slip. Wouldn't you feel like such an amateur? And worse yet, she tries to start writing your robbery note for you. I'd be like, no, I'm writing my own damn robbery note. This day the 18th? No, I don't have my ID with me. No, I'm sorry, I don't have an account. Is that a problem? I don't have time to talk to a personal banker. A free toaster. Shit, I'm robbing your bank. Okay, I don't care. Wait a second. Damn straight. Hand over the toaster. Thank you very much.
That is beautiful. Now we have everything we need to know to rob a bank, baby. I'm right. All year, 22 we're trying. None of you black people, please. Nobody of color, don't try that shit. All right? Because they give us more time.
The lovely Connie Bryan, everybody. Connie Bryan.
How you guys doing? Good to be here at Blacktop Comedy. I'm Connie Bryan. You know, if you're like me, you're a 6'3" tomboy who's getting pretty tired of people running up to you on the street going, yo, love your work on Game of Thrones. You know, the big, tall, badass chick that kicks all the guys' asses. Bet you can't kick my ass. Bet you I can. Matter of fact, let's find out right now. Yeah, you better run. That's what I thought, you fucking fourth graders. But you can't be a red, white, and blue American tomboy without having a love affair with cars. Let me tell you how much I love cars, okay? I love cars more than Paula Deen loves holding a Ku Klux Klan bake sale. Isn't it exciting to see the American car makers kicking ass again? Let's give it up for the American car makers. Come on. Big hands. Honda is not on top anymore. And don't get me wrong, it's not because Honda makes bad cars, all right? They just make really, really boring cars, all right, with names that don't reflect the spirit of what's going on the American roadways. I mean, the Honda Accord, are you kidding me? Do you see any Accord or Harmony out on the American roadways? They might as well just name that car the Honda Coexist. You know, at least then they get all those people that love the shit out of that bumper sticker. Oh my God, honey, Honda makes a car called the Coexist. I've got to have it. And then you know what we can do? We can take the bumper sticker, put it on the car, and then we can really save the world. Or what's the other big name? Honda Civic. Do you see anybody who's civic-minded anymore on the road, being a good citizen? People are genocidal behind the wheel. They treat their own neighbors in a school zone like members of a fucking warring tribe. Come on. The Honda Civic? Give me a break. Honda needs to follow Dodge's example. If they ever want to have a hope of competing in America again, because for some time now, Dodge has been kicking ass with their red, white, and blue names like the Dodge Ram, the Dodge Caliber. See, they know what's going on the American roadways. The Dodge Charger, the Challenger, the Dodge Avenger. I bought one of those. The Dodge Avenger, I bought one. You feel like you personally put a bullet in Osama bin Laden's head. Just by buying a new Dodge Avenger. It comes with a free SEAL Team 6 t-shirt. But forget the names of the cars. Just the name of the company shows they get it. Dodge. What a kick-ass name for an American car maker, isn't it? They know you're out there on the I-80 in a demolition derby, dodging everybody else while you're on your cell phone, shaving your legs, eating your In-N-Out cheeseburger all at the same time. That's just me, but I think I speak for all of us, right? Honda needs to follow Dodge's example. Introducing all for 2014 new redesign on Honda Accord, new name, Honda Assault. Or step up to our new fuel cell hybrid Honda Assault and battery. Come on. Thank you. Assault and battery, fuel cell hybrid. Yeah, you know, I was really kind of more interested in one of your SUVs. I think I'd like to test drive the Honda Pilot. Honda Pilot. So sorry, no. Name too boring. New name, Honda Assault Drone. Yeah, that's really funny, trying to be a comedian. I see what you guys are doing, the Honda Pilot, the Honda Drone. Let me take a look at the features. Jesus Christ, I really don't think I need the Hellfire missile package. But you know what? That 50 cal could come in handy in Oakland. I tell you what, I really think I'd like to test drive something just a little bit smaller. You still have the CR-V, don't you? Honda CR-V. So sorry, no. Name too boring also. New name, CRJ. Honda Kojak. Hot car, can't keep on lot. Have one model left in neon orange. Make you steal a deal. People can't do anything anymore. Have you noticed? It used to be, when it comes to cell phones, people can't do shit without their cell phone anymore. It used to be they couldn't go out to dinner or a movie, so now we have 2 trailers. We have 3, I think, now, that you have to sit through telling you to shut your fucking phone off, right? That's how bad it is now, and people can't drive. That was the second problem. We had to pass laws to get people to put their phones away in the car. Now, people can't even have sex without their cell phones. It used to be, can you hear me now, but now it's, can you feel me now? No, that's a bad spot. I told you, that's a bad, oh, that's better. That's much better. Okay, hey, hold on a second. I got fuck waiting. Hold on. Yeah, what? Oh, I like that. Let me ask him. Hold on. Hey, I'm back. Do you have Skype? I want to do 3-way sexting. Put it on vibrate. Yeah, no, it's called Menage a T-Mobile. You don't have that feature? You need to get that feature. So I wrote a song about it. You guys want to hear my Bob Dylan impersonation? Yeah! Yes. This is my version of Like a Rolling Stone. This is Life with No Cell Phone. Everywhere you go, you're on the phone. Does that sound like Bob Dylan? Yeah. Everywhere you go, you're on the phone. People driving off the road just to keep from crashing. And you don't care. You're checking your hair with your cell phone up your ear while we're all blowing our horns at you. You guys, I'm psyched. I'm on top of the world. I got the contract to write some new lyrics to that really, really corny song that we've all been singing since we were little kids, the Folgers Coffee song. Sing it with me, you know the best part of waking up. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your car. Would you guys like to hear the new lyrics I wrote? It's a new commercial. The commercial I wrote is in the hospital room, and you know how cheesy the commercials are? The sunlight shining through the window, and it's in the morning, about 7 o'clock. It's in the hospital room in intensive care, and the nurse is coming through the door with the coffee. The patient's just waking up. In a coma for 5 long years. And now you're facing your greatest fears. 'Cause when you open your eyes, you don't know who the fuck you are. But the best part of waking up is peeing in your pants. They always do this stupid modulation. They ought to end it right there, but they always modulate to the next key. You've got an IV in your arm, and your bed sheet smells like a fucking barn. You can't remember your name, but the male nurse thinks you're gay. But the best, help me out, you know the words now. Pee in your cover. The best part of waking up is peeing in your The Justice Department leaked a memo. Did you hear about this? President Obama has the legal authority to snuff an American citizen with the drone program with no due process, just an executive presidential order. That's some scary power, but the upside is, at least now we're finally going to get rid of Rush Limbaugh, and that's going to be so cool. Hats off to the president, though, because insiders in the White House say President Obama understands that's too much power for one man, even the president, to have. So President Obama, the word on the street is he's putting together a 3-judge panel modeled after America's Got Talent. ABC, I just heard, picked up the option for a new reality series. This is going to be really interesting. The 3-judge panel is going to be President Obama, Howard Stern, and Paula Abdul. And the working title is America's Got Drones. And diehard Ford fans, where are you at? We always have a couple. Where are my Ford fans in the audience? Oh! All right, yeah. Diehard Ford fans, they're the most vocal and the most excited about the rebounding of the American car makers. They'll never let you forget. And they're like the people who say, remember Pearl Harbor, you know? They're like, remember, Ford didn't have to take no fucking bailout either. And I hear you, you know, hold your horses, Larry, the jumper cable guy, all right? Don't get your Fuck the Duck Dynasty underwear in a wad. I mean, I understand Ford has made some progress, I'll admit that, but they still have a ways to go, Ford does, because there's some liability issues with the names of their cars and the kind of commercials they tend to make. You know the ones, you've seen them, the ones that make it seem like you could 4x4 your new Ford Explorer to the highest peak of the Sierra Nevada, and of course what they leave out is they conveniently perched it up there with a helicopter. You know, at least Chevy's honest. What do they call their big model? The Avalanche? It comes standard with an oxygen mask. Damn straight. You know why? Chevy knows they sell you a model called the Avalanche, and then you go out and get buried in a fucking avalanche. They better have provided you with some oxygen. You think Ford does that? Hell no. And what does Ford call their cars? The Ford Explorer? You know, the Excursion, the Expedition. Ford needs to follow Chevy's example. Start being more honest. Name their vehicles, what's really going to happen to you when you go exploring in your excursion on your expedition to the top of fucking Mount Everest. Introducing all new for 2014, the new Ford Lost. Understand you're buying a model called the Lost, all right? Sign here that you understand that. Because you go out there four-wheeling in the Florida Everglades and get your ass gang raped by the cast of swamp porn stars, or pawn stars, what the fuck's the difference? Understand? You bought the model called the Lost. All new for 2014 to compete with the Chevy Avalanche, Ford Hypothermia. And you didn't think we'd forget our pickup lovers, did you? The backbone of our customer base, all new for 2014. The new Fuck Series F-150. Come on, you guys. All these years you thought the F stood for Ford and F-150? Well, that's an honest mistake. They're really synonymous. Ford, fucked. Right? So much so that it inspired me to write a song in closing. I'd like to do my song for you. Yeah. About my bad experience. My bad experience buying a new Ford. This is to the tune of R.E.M's big hit, Losing My Religion. Remember that tune? This is my version, Trying to Start My Ignition. I heard you whispered you're glad that you are not me. And you heard it on the radio. They said I'm blocking the I-80 freeway in my brand new truck. Yeah, I was really stuck. 'Cause that was me on the corner. That was me in my brand new Ford, trying to start my ignition. I just came from Sacramento, Florida, and I just spent $35,000. You can say I got the shaft with this piece of fucking crap. I don't think it was very funny. It wasn't funny at all, but the dealer, he seemed to think that it was really hilarious. Watching my brand new Ford Explorer getting towed by a Chevrolet. Yeah, well, that's okay, 'cause that was me on his car lot last night. That was me with my baseball bat in my hand, smashing the windows on all his Mustangs. 15 Explorers too. You know what? I got a bunch of those stupid, ugly fuckuses or focuses. God, I hate those cars. Oh God, I've smashed too much. Nah, I haven't smashed enough. 'Cause that was me on the corner. Thank you, I'm Connie Bryan.
Connie, one more time, everybody. I don't lower this mic stand. That is sorry. Well, that was awesome. I drive an Accord, on an Accord.
I recently found out that hip-hop artists are the easiest to compliment because you don't even have to use words. Because you'd be like, yo, that hook you had on that song? And you're like, yo, thanks, dog. You thought that song was tight? Yo, that was like, oh man, what'd you think about the album, man? Oh, that album? Man. Thanks, dog. I love you, boo. It's a new one. I like that one so far.
Yeah, I'm excited to be out here in LA doing some of the open mics. Men are still a mystery to me. As hard as I've tried, I still haven't managed to find the right guy, or even a guy who's usually right. Just kidding. Not. But I'm holding out. I'm holding out. And people say to me, well, that's your problem. You need to lower your standards. Right. And how's that working out for you, Einstein? Having a totally fucked up relationship with a meth head rather than no relationship at all. How's that working out for you? I think I'll just keep my standards where they're at because I really don't think they're that high. I'll share them with you. I'm holding out for a guy who's capable of thinking about more than 3 things. You thought there was 2? Sex and sports? The third one is sex with himself.
No, but yeah, like I told last week, my wife and I were expecting a baby girl in June. Yeah, thank you. And it was crazy, like, as soon as he told me, like, something in my mind flipped. And when you watch the ultrasound, like, a baby's heartbeat beats twice as fast as like a normal human being's. And on the ultrasound, it kind of looks like a strobe light. And I was watching it, and I was like, I got this like foreshadowing of being a dad where like, all of a sudden I was outside Club Womb, and my daughter's like in there dancing on the table. She's got her umbilical cord pierced. I'm like, come on, honey, why don't you get down there? Why don't you get down? Some dude named Trent's hiding behind the uterus like, your dad gone? I got these Smirnoff Ices. Let's fucking drink them. Yeah, Smirnoff got iced.
And by the way, have you noticed, ladies, that guys even talk about sex using sports terminology? So, Bob, did you hit the big home run with Connie last night? Did you knock the big grand slam out of the park there, buddy? No, but I made it to second base in the first inning, which is bullshit. Total rumor, because I pitched a no-hitter. I know, I pitched a no-hitter. That's hard to do. He made it to first, but that was just a base on balls. What it was he tried to steal second, and I threw him out.
Fucking iced. Oh, let's see here. Oh, and so I gotta stop, like, when I have a daughter, I gotta stop some of my hobbies. And the one that I don't really want to give up is like, every week, I take all my recyclables and I put them in a trash can. And then we live on a second floor and I kind of hang it over the top. And then I charge homeless people cigarettes to come in and take a swing at it with a baseball bat. I call it a homeless piñata. It's awesome, but like, homeless people never know when to leave. You know, because you can be like, yo, homeless people, the game's over, fucking go home. They're like, we are home. Then they piss and fucking jerk off and fucking look at you. And you're like, oh, God.
See, I'm a big baseball fan, and I think guys are onto something with this baseball analogy as it relates to dating. I think it's very helpful. We just need to expound on it a little bit. We need to add a couple more elements. We need to add managers, umpires, and the instant replay. This way, when things get out of hand, things start getting heated, my manager could call timeout and come up to the mound, you know, like Bruce Bochy does. He said, listen, honey, I really don't want to pull you out of the game, okay, but you're all over the place and you've got to settle down. What do you want to do? You just want to give them the game? Is that it? You just want to give it to them, okay? You throw way too many pitches and way too many base on balls.
Oh yeah, I watch a lot of prison documentaries. Right? Dateline or fucking MSNBC all day Saturdays, right? And I figure, like, if I go there, I'm probably going to be someone's bitch. I mean, if it can happen to Andy Dufresne, it can happen to me. I think that's what I took from Shawshank Redemption. But I feel like if I go there, I'm going to get a tattoo of a plumber right underneath my eyes. So with all the inmates who had the little water drop right here, I can be like, I can fix you. Don't rape me, I can help you out. Let's sit down, let's talk about this.
And then when he does try to steal second, the umpire could be right there to make the call. You're out! After which his manager could come screaming out of the dugout too. He can stand all over the umpire, and then they could consult the instant replay for the ruling. After which it would be clear it was a close call, but he was out before he ever touched the bra strap. Do I seem tall? This guy's been looking at me the whole time going, God, that's the tallest girl I've ever seen in my life. I wonder what that'd be like. Most of the time guys need scaffolding. So keep that in mind. I really like being tall. It's just a little annoying, all the people that come up to me with Sharpies going, hey, Weird Al, we love your music. Can we give an autograph? Hey, ladies, you know how most tall girls, their height's in their legs? I know God has to be a comedian like me. I know where I get it from. Because God made me with all my height and my Adam's apple right here. Look at that. God, you're too talented to work glue. I chew a lot of gum. Not so much for me as it is for the guys. If they were to try to climb up and kiss me. I mean, it's hard. They have to climb the mountain first here. To get up and kiss me, it keeps their ears from popping. So, I want to go over your head. See me after the show, okay? See me after the show. Do you have her here? Yeah. And for the girls, I usually tear out half a piece for the girls, because you only have to climb up half as far.
We're right out front of Meltdown with Paul Sebas. Great job hosting that open mic tonight.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more about the nerd scene here. How long's it been going?
Well, there's been sort of a variation of this whole thing going on for a few years now. The original Meltdown show, I guess it was called, was started probably about 5 or 6 years ago by a woman named Linda Pine.
Okay.
And that was a monthly show that ran for a few years, and then was a really good show, and sort of fizzled out, and then the show was taken over by Kumail Nanjiani and Jonah Ray, and sort of reborn as an actual weekly show every Wednesday.
Your advice for comics out there that are going to find out about this, maybe from watching this documentary, what do you have to say to them?
Well, part of me wants to tell you to come to Meltdown on Sunday nights and do the open mic. Part of me wants to tell you not to do that because it's always very crowded and it's always a very long night. But
we had what, over 50 people, close to 100 people, if not in that.
Yeah,
one.
it's. I mean, every Sunday we'll get anywhere from 90 to a little over 100 people
and
show
only
up.
25
and only 25 plus 5 people have a guaranteed spot from the previous week, so 30 altogether.
And they need to have 3 minutes.
Yeah, in 3 minutes. Okay. Yeah, which does not seem like a long time until you are on stage trying to fill that time, and then it is an eternity.
Can be.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Hi.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hi, how's it going?
What's your name?
My name is Joshua Myrowitz.
Hey Joshua, so you're here for the open mic here at the Nerd Melt?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been doing this?
Open mics in general or the Nerd Melt?
In general.
In general, 4 years coming up next month.
Fantastic. Tell me a little bit about your act.
Well, I have Asperger's. It's a form of autism. I start with just fucking with that, you know?
Yeah.
Make fun of it. I always say I have Asperger's form of autism. Basically means I can't relate to shit.
It's kind of a crazy name for some Asperger's.
Yeah, trust me. Although
you start to say that and somebody thinks you're cursing at them.
It's high functioning, but it's so high functioning for me that you wouldn't think I had Asperger's, more like ass sliders. But yeah, that's like
So it's a high functioning form of autism.
Yeah, it's more anxiety than autism, but the autism is there.
Cleve Wiggins, ladies and gentlemen. Jason Van Glass. I think one more for tonight, unless I miscounted, which I probably did. Kyle Price, everyone. Guys, I don't know if you have noticed yet, but I am white. Not just white, I am German. Yeah, which is a special kind of white. Or so I have been told by some other German people. Yeah, it's a weird thing. My father came to this country as a young boy. I am first generation American, technically, but being first generation American and German, I get no street cred for that whatsoever. It's not an ethnic identity that I can have a whole lot of pride in, because frankly it makes people nervous.
My name is Joshua Myrowitz. I have Asperger's. It is a form of autism. It basically means I cannot relate to shit. There's also a couple of things too. I can't look people in the eye. I shake back and forth a lot. I get very socially awkward. Also, I have a huge cock. Huge. Like, we're talking porno here, baby. Like, yeah. Unfortunately, when it's flaccid, it's it's flaccid. Yeah, it's like when it's big, it's big. When it's small, it's inverse. Dogs look at it and they go, I understand. Okay, it looks like an acorn resting on a frog's throat.
I'm freezing cold. I don't know about you guys. I'm not used to this. Just moved here from Florida, and I get very cold easily because I'm what doctors call a pussy. I'm gonna stop going to my dad for medical advice.
Hey guys, I wanted to start off with some good news for you. I don't know if you heard, Ice-T and Ice Cube are finally doing a rap collaboration together. Yeah, they're gonna call it Dang Girl, You Look Thirsty. They're going with it, looks popular now, so. I was dating a guy recently that had an apostrophe in his name, and it turned out to be pretty accurate because he was pretty possessive. You gotta wait on that one.
What's up, everyone? I was just thinking today, it like kind of sucks to be a woman walking home anytime, anywhere. It's just because you always have to be prepared to be attacked. Like you have to have weapons and spray and whistles to call for help. I never have to worry about that at all. Like one of my friends, she has this thing where she pretends like she's on the phone so that no one attacks her. Like she just like walks around like this. And I don't know if that's the most effective tactic, because I feel like if someone's rude enough to rape you, they probably have no problem interrupting a phone call. They're way past that. You know?
It's the Irish, the Italians, they get holidays and they can celebrate and they can have parades. When Germans start having parades, people get upset.
You know, when you're a comic, people love to ask you, who your favorite comedian is, don't they? My favorite comedian is Bill Maher. You guys like Bill Maher? Not because I'm a doper or anything like that, because I'm definitely not down with his legalize every drug on the planet mantra, but I do agree with Bill that it's time we try something different. How about this? How about we try setting the right example for young people? How about that? How about we send a message loud and clear? You do drugs for recreation, and you're retarded. You're a loser. That being said, I do feel kind of conflicted about meth. Methamphetamine, you know, I feel kind of patriotic about meth because it's the only thing left that Americans still proudly manufacture.
And now shit's about to get all medieval and shit up in this bitch. I fought many enemies in my time. Goblins, vampires, werewolves, orcs, Puerto Ricans, but my least favorite enemy to do battle with has to be the dragon. Because they scratch, they bite, and they're total douchebags. Deep in a cave, or high on a mountain, or guarding their gold at the end of a dungeon, a beast prepares to raid your castle. That's when you realize dragons are assholes. Burning your village with fiery eruption, they talk during movies, they ruined Inception. Flying up high, stalwart and fast, when they're not driving Hummers, their brights on full blast, tailgating your ass. There's 2 lanes to pass! A killing machine from its tail to its snout, that'll screw with you on Facebook if you don't log out. They terrorize kingdoms, they're burning down forts, they pay off their bar tab with child support.
Anyone see Jack Reacher yet? Yeah. I have not seen it yet. I want to see it. I love those movies. I love those movies with like a super badass spy who the government trains to make him like even more badass and like kill people and shit. What I don't buy about those movies though is that the super killer good looking spy is always so witty on top of it. I don't think that makes sense. I think that's bullshit. I think they should make them like every single high school jock I ever knew who was good looking and a physical specimen. Make them a little awkward. That's all right. They trained him to be a killer. They didn't have a day where it was just puns for any situation that came up.
If a knight would attack, the dragon would burn them and borrow their lighters and never return them. These spandex in the ride, bicycles in the street, and there's a sidewalk right there. You know it's illegal to ride your bicycle on the sidewalk in most inner city areas, but come on, let's be honest with ourselves here. Legitimate, you're a traffic hazard, and like, no, I know it's legal. It's perfect. It's just like you're a danger to yourself.
Hey everybody, how are ya? Okay, good. How great would it be if I really had an accordion and a song about dragons, and I was like, well fuck, I mean, that bird, he was funny, but check this out, and it wasn't that good. And you can all be like, we've seen that done better. 10 minutes ago. So hi guys, I went home to visit my family recently. We went to church. You guys remember church? Like, what that was like and everything? Oh boy, uncomfortable shoes. My parents get me to go to church. They go, if you come to church with us, we'll take you out to breakfast afterward. And I immediately like, tell me more about this Jesus fellow. What has he got to say?
I want to see the one guy that would work on though. The one guy who's like, yeah, I'm gonna get her. Oh, she's on the phone? She can be on the line with AT&T trying to figure out why her voicemail doesn't work. I'll let her finish. Hey, my mom taught me well. I have manners. I'm a rapist, not an animal. You know, I do that too though sometimes. I'll like act like I'm on my phone, but it's for a completely different reason. It's so that when I'm like practicing my comedy bits on the sidewalk, I don't look like a crazy person. But see, I think it backfires on me though, because I say things like, I'm a rapist, not an animal.
I want to create my own product called Lady Alines. They're going to be trampolines with a better reputation. I've been having a problem with my cat recently. I think she's gone crazy. She started collecting stray old ladies with absolutely no capacity to feed them, so it's really fallen on me.
Just wait till the Chinese get a hold of meth. Like they've stolen every other manufacturing job from Americans. They'll be making it cheaper and better. You think Walmart's Tweaker Central now. Just wait. But even marijuana, more and more studies are showing you don't want your kids doing marijuana. Studies are showing it causes brain damage when used while the brain is still developing. And we know now the brain is still developing up to age 25, unless you live in southern states, and then it's age 5, as we've recently seen with Honey Boo Boo. Fuck that! Legalize marijuana! Alcohol and cigarettes are legal, right? Yeah, they are. How's that been going for us, too, for the last 100 years? You know, why do we even have laws in America? At all. Don't we have laws for the same reason our moms and dads and teachers gave us rules? Give us some kind of safe boundaries within which to live a healthy life? Imagine that. Fuck you, Mom, and your oppressive war on playing in the street.
It's unnerving. We even have, you know, a lot of ethnic groups have drinking holidays, which is a smart idea, because if you're sort of a put-upon minority, get a drinking holiday going, and then people love you. I don't know if you know the history of the Irish in this country. People used to hate the Irish. You know, there'd be signs in hotel windows that would say, no Irish, no dogs, you know, and then under that, no blacks, because duh. That's how it's always been in this country. But Irish. And then the Irish came up with the idea of St. Patrick's Day, you know, and they're like, you let us integrate into your society, and once a year, you can get drunk in the middle of the day. And everyone was like, welcome to America! But I used to go to church a lot as a kid, and I haven't been in a long time. And there's this part of church where, some of you may be familiar, it's called the sign of peace, where you shake, everyone shakes hands, and they say, peace be with you, peace be with you. And I hadn't done that in so long that when it came time for the sign of peace, I introduced myself into everyone around me. I was like, hi, how are you? Tom Sibley, good to meet you, good to meet you. No, I'm visiting, I would never live in New Jersey. Nice to meet you.
Make them a little socially awkward. That's okay. Jason Bourne's got a slogan for anything. It's just like,
Is that an ice cream cake you guys are eating? You better chill out. Anything, he's ready to go. You guys building a clock? You guys are out of time.
I think I am kind of crazy. Like, I'll talk, like, that's how I come up with stuff. I just talk to myself, like, in the mirror and shit. Like, it's like a form of psychosis. Like, I remember when I was younger, my dad would embarrass me when my friends would come over. He'd be like, "Oh, you think you're Ben's best friend? No, Ben's best friend is in the mirror. He talks to him after he takes showers for an hour." He'd be like, "Shut up, Dad." It's really embarrassing. I'm not good with like text messages though. Like, I'll never know how to respond to them. This girl texted me the other day. Nothing much. You? An entire day after I texted her, "What's up?" So I'm gonna reply, "Just chilling," exactly 1 year from now.
I don't go out a lot. I don't party much. But actually last week I agreed to go out and I went out on Hermosa Beach. If any of you are familiar, it's the home of the douchebag. Not that guy was a douchebag, but when you go to bars, there's just a lot of douchebags out there. And I never expect to meet anyone quality, and so I was really surprised. I met like an amazing guy. And I ended up spending about 10 hours with him. He left his friends, he came and met all my friends. It was one of those things where as a psychotic girl you think to yourself, this is the story I'm going to tell my kids, right? And so we end up by walking out on the pier, and he's showing me pictures of his dog and his mom, and it's so romantic. And finally I'm like, "When are you going to kiss me?" At which point he tells me that he's actually engaged, and I was his last morality test to himself. But honestly, guys, it's been so long that, like, I'll take a good mind fucking.
I want a Jason Bourne, a Jack Reacher, who's a little socially awkward, who tries a little too hard and comes off not that witty. That's okay. He doesn't have to be. He's killing people. I want a Jack Reacher who's just like, "What up, faggots? You ready to get fucked in the ass with bullets? Because that's what gay..." I can do that all day. Just, "What up, Dick Stapler? You ready?"
How many of you guys come from a religious family like me? Yeah? You guys remember Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter? Woo! Yeah, so sad he passed away. But when I visit my family, that's what it's like for me. It's like a crocodile hunter episode. Shh! Now kids, don't try this at home. The only reason I can do this is because of my many years of experience with dangerous creatures like the Egyptian cobra and the Nile crocodile. But I'm about to get up close and personal with a creature even more scary than that. The Southern Baptist. Thank you very Matter of fact, let's see right now. Yeah, you better run, fucking fourth graders. But seriously, if you're like me, your worldview is we're all in this together, right? Yeah. You know? So when the Egyptians had their Arab Spring, we were all Egyptians. You know, when the Haitians had their horrible earthquake emergency, we were all Haitians. And when the Kardashians have their horrible Hollywood emergencies, we're all, fuck the Kardashians, whatever happened to must-see TV? It's been clearly replaced by must have a fucking trailer and KY Jelly TV. Hollywood just keeps jamming this shit programming down our throats while we're all like Peter from the Family Guy going, oh my God, who the hell cares? Somebody must care, or Hollywood wouldn't keep producing this garbage, fucking Mom Wives. What else? Swamp porn stars or pawn stars? What the what's the difference? You know, Kentucky antique ass pickers. Fuck the Duck Dynasty. I lose track of the names, I'm sorry. They all start blending together in this hodgepodge of mouth-breathing, ignorant bullshit. You know, the only thing that really shocks me is not the amount of this stupidity on the tube now. It's really not the amount of it that shocks me. It's the programs I never dreamed would came into this ignorant, redneck, white trash trend. Have you guys heard of Amy Goodman from Democracy Now? She's changing the name of her show to Democracy Cow. I almost can't say that with a straight face. Anderson Cooper from CNN, his new show, he's catering to the lowest common denominator, changing the show AC 360 to AC 420. Even C-SPAN. Have you guys heard the big news? C-SPAN is caving into this ignorant trend. They're changing the name of their channel to C-Spandex. Yeah, they're going to launch the new channel with New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. I just want to know who the hell is watching this shit. It's got to be people sitting around their double wide with nothing else to do. And there's nothing else on TV, and they're sitting on their couch with a plastic protector, you know, with their KY jelly in their hand, all perplexed. And they're going, whoa, what do I do? Do I watch the Kardashians or do I play with myself? Why do I want to do both? Because Hollywood has done their research, that's why. And they figured out the delicate formula to keep people watching. They're only going to greenlight shit, white trash programming that is so bad, it makes you want to masturbate before you can even change the channel. God, that shit! Fucking give me the remote. I'm just going to fucking play with myself. Thank you. You know? It's so shitty that it makes you sit there and go, God damn it, you know, I think it's so bad I just got to play with myself. I wrote a song, and I got to tell you how I was inspired to write it. I made fun of Sweet Home Alabama with a tune I think you're going to like. But I got to say, I feel really bad because I've never, ever, I sound like Taylor Swift, don't I? I never in my life ever used the N-word, ever. I consider it to be the most vile word, but the other day, and I think I used it in the right form, because aren't we allowed to use it if you ever have to with an A at the end? Isn't that right? Is that right? Is that right? Nigga? Yeah. But I would never use it. I swear to God, I would never use it, but it happened spontaneously in context. I want to share that ahead of time. I didn't mean to, it just came up, but I'd never said it before, and I want to tell you what happened. You do not have to explain to an African American that Sweet Home Alabama is a racist song. It's freaking obvious, right? But you do have to explain it to white people, because all they hear is, and they just want to dance, right? You have to explain to them, Leonard Skinner was a racist group. They used the Confederate flag on stage, you know. They wrote that song because they were pissed at Neil Young for writing Southern Man, because he was letting them have it for the slavery with Southern Man. So they wrote that song, and it's a very racist tune. I'm at a bar the other night. I had never seen a black man start dancing and singing to that song until it came on the jukebox. That was the first time. And all his buddies dropped their pool cues. They were going to leave him there. They looked at me, I looked at them, and I said, he's singing Sweet Home Alabama, and I just said it. I'm like, Sweet Home? I said, Alabama's never been your sweet home, nigga. I'm like, shit. And I turned to his buddies, and I thought his buddies were going to kicked my ass, but they were laughing. I'm like, oh, but I'm sorry. They said, no, honey, that's fucking funny. They said, you did the right thing. You said nigga, and you use it in context. So I wrote a song about it. I'm going to do it, and I'll get off stage. I think you'll like it. I want you to sing with me on the chorus, Sweet Home California. I think you're going to like this.
Oh my God.
I heard Rush Limbaugh talking about her. I heard the Ku Klux Klan putting her down. Well, I hope Neil Young will remember. Those guys are retarded anyhow. Help me out, Sweet Home California. Sweet Home California, where the skies are so blue. Where the skies are so blue. Okay, maybe not LA, but Sweet Home California.
California gives the, or I should say Los Angeles gives you the opportunity to go up 5 times a night if
What
you
are
want
some of the
to.
mistakes you see open micers continually making that hold them back from making progress in comedy?
Getting frustrated with the crowd. That's the big one. It's like, because, I don't know, like I feel like you're, especially in an open mic situation, most of that crowd is going to be other comics.
And then it's hard to get them to laugh.
It's hard to get them to laugh, so you kind of...
They'll hear something, they'll think it's funny, and they'll just say, that's funny.
Giggle.
They'll think that's funny.
Like if you can get a from the crowd of a bunch of comics, that's a laugh for real people.
Okay.
All
right. And Casey?
I just think comics need to go into it with a little more humility, because when you're an open mic, you're not going to get very many laughs, especially if you have a vagina. Then it's just even harder.
It's harder.
They just are like, oh, fuck her.
Yeah, that's what they're thinking.
No, but they are thinking that.
Yeah.
No, I just think there needs to be a little more humility, because you're not going to get laughs, not very many, and appreciate those you have, and have patience. Have more patience with the other comics. More patience.
Yeah. Okay.
We need more Haitians.
We need more.
More Haitians, more patience.
How can people remember you? How do you stand apart with a name like that?
With Dave?
Dave Thompson?
Yeah. I don't know.
How do you make yourself stand
I wear a
apart?
lot of silly hats.
So you're going to do some stand-up tonight at the open mic at Echoes on Sunset?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Like 4 years.
Fantastic. All right. So you got the 3 minutes nailed, right? You got it all memorized?
Yeah, I think so.
It can sometimes
I've been
be-
working on a solid 1 minute.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it's going all right so far.
And hey there, who do we have here? What's your name?
Dave Thompson.
I told you there was a million. How many got two of them right here?
That's so wild.
And you wear a silly hat. Look at this.
I gotta separate. Sometimes he wears a silly hat. Sometimes I wear the
Right. Okay. And so how long have you been doing stand-up?
4 years.
You guys have been doing, okay, so
We
you guys
are
have the
arch
same,
nemesis.
don't tell me you have the same fathers too, right?
No.
Okay.
Same mom.
Same-
Different dads.
All right, so you live here in LA?
Yes.
Okay. And is comedy your main thing in life? You trying to make a career out of it?
Yes, that and hat modeling.
What are some of the pitfalls that you see having done open mics for 4 years that maybe hold people back?
I'd say, having the same name as somebody is pretty tough.
I'm here with Christian Chavez, Echoes Under Sunset in Glendale.
No, we're in Echo Park.
Echo Park.
Echo Park.
Hence the Echoes under
Sunset. We're right underneath Sunset Boulevard in Echo Park. So we decided...
Take Glendale Boulevard to get here, though.
Right. It's
Okay.
Glendale Boulevard, but that's why we're Echoes Under
And
Sunset.
this is your place. You've had it for how long now?
Had it for about 6 months now.
Okay, and its focus is it's a comedy club. And
It has turned into a comedy club. It was generally focused to be an art lounge, having one night comedy, and little by little all you comics started coming out and started taking 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, and then I saw it was like really interesting doing comedy, so we decided to turn it into a comedy club.
And you have
art
open
lounge.
mics Monday and Thursday?
And we have open mics Monday and Thursday. Monday from 8 to 10, and Thursdays open mic is from 7 to 9.
Okay. And the comics get to do the typical 3 minutes?
They get to do their typical 3 minutes. All we do is ask them, to help out with some drinks. 2 drinks minimum.
2 drink minimum.
Yeah, 2 drink minimum. Help us out, pay the rent here.
And how long have you been doing this?
And I've been doing this now for 6 months now.
Well, let's hope it turns into it's like 10 years, 20 years that you'll be here doing
I hope
comedy.
so. That would be a great thing to do.
You could be the Lorne Michaels of
Echo Park.
Echo Park. Wouldn't that be nice?
All righty, sounds good.
Thank you. Looking forward to it tonight, Christian.
Thank you very much. Glad to have you.
Wah wah wee wah, wah wah wee wah. Guys, on deck we have
Ryan O. Flanagan. But next up, we have Mr. Rivers Langley.
Alright. What'd you guys do today? Anything fun? I fucked with a terrorist on Twitter all day. It's true. I'm from Alabama originally, and a couple of my friends who are from Mobile graduated with a kid who graduated high school and then moved to Somalia and is now an honest-to-God fucking on the FBI most wanted list terrorist. And he joined Twitter today. So I've been having fun all day long. I looked up a picture of this guy, and his name is Omar Hamami. You can look him up. And he's got his beard looks like what happens if I try to grow a beard, just like really patchy and fucked up. So my first thing I said to him was like, do the other terrorists make fun of you for not being able to have a real full beard? Hashtag Alabama Scraggle.
Life is going well, guys. Life is going pretty good. Not as good as Rihanna and Chris Brown got back together. You guys hear about this? Crazy. People are really upset about it, and I feel like if they don't care, we shouldn't care. It's none of our business. But I do like to imagine them just out on a really great date. They're having an amazing time. The conversation's flowing. They're laughing. And he's like, why did we ever break up? All right. Glad I got that on tape. Oh, man. It's pretty cold out there, huh? It's pretty cold out there. So I'm going to bring back this great impression. This is my impression of every girl in the entire world. Are you guys ready? Every girl in the entire world.
Oh no.
I'm cold. Alright, well that turned a little bit condescending. What are you really clapping at? It is a great impression though.
Here we go. This is my version of Like a Rolling Stone. Everywhere you go, you're on the phone. Does that sound like Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, you're on the phone. People driving off the road just to keep from crashing into you. You don't care, you're checking your hair with your cell phone up your ear while we're all blowing our horns at you. You used to run all of those four-way stops. You never can bring yourself to just fucking hang it up. But now you don't talk so much. Now you say life really sucks. Just 'cause now you have to hold on to your damn steering wheel. Help me out. How does it feel? Yeah. You can't pay your cell phone bill. They turned off your mobile phone. And now you're all alone with no direction home. You're just a rolling stone.
Listen to NPR in the car on the way over here. Yeah, that's right. Because look at me. Of course I was. And they were talking to a linguist from Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina, and she has determined that the Elizabethan accent, that being the way English people spoke during Shakespearean times, to our modern ear would actually sound more like a Southern accent than an English accent. So, with that in mind, this is my impression of William Shakespeare as he actually sounded, writing Macbeth and telling his children to quit playing in the creek. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools away to a dusty death. Ah! Hey, goddammit, get out of that fucking crate! How now, brief candle, life is but a walking shadow, a poor player that frets and struts his hour upon the stage. Hey,
Hey, if you don't get out of Yon Creek, you gonna catch the vapors!
Are you guys on Groupon or what? Woo! Okay, Groupon's a great website. I just got a Groupon offer for the Museum of Tolerance. Holocaust Museum. I feel like it's good. Like it's good for people who want to pay their respects to this like tragic event in history, but like not at full price. You know, like let's slash that in half. That was indeed the punchline. Like, where is it? It was right there. I don't understand why guys like go to the gym so much if they're not gonna fight anyone, like ever. I was walking with my boyfriend on New Year's Eve, and this really drunk guy, like he was like a nice guy, I could tell, but he was like, Happy New Year, and he like slapped me on the ass, and I was like, fuck you, fucking asshole, piece of shit. Like, just something classy like that. And then my boyfriend was like, do you want me to talk to him? Yeah. Could you take him out to lunch, have a little sit down, chat, like fight someone? Come on. Why are you always, you know, why are you lifting the LBs if you're not gonna take it to the streets?
Okay, last verse. Well, every day you kept talking away. Even at the restaurant, people were giving their middle finger to you. One of these days you're gonna cross the line, somebody's gonna pull out a butter knife and they're gonna try to stick it in you. Maybe now you're gonna understand why the judge turned off your precious call-in plan. You won't cause another traffic jam. Now that you have at least one free hand, and now that you've pulled your big fat head out of your Verizon, ask, how does it feel? You can't pay your cell phone bill. They turned off your mobile phone, and now you're all alone with no direction home. Just a rolling stone. Thank you, I'm Connie Bryan.
Guys, Connie Bryan, everybody. Watch out, Power Ranger.
Connie Bryan.
Augustino earlier. Let's hear it for him. He made that joke about the mob wives bullshit shows, you know, and it got me to thinking, you know, if you're like me, you really look at the world like we're all in this together. And so when groups of people that aren't even, you know, are different ethnicity have emergencies, for example, the Egyptians having their Arab Spring, we're all Egyptians, right? And the Haitians, when they had that horrible emergency, the earthquake, we're all Haitians. But the Kardashians have their Hollywood emergency, we're all like, oh my God, who the hell cares? That's my best Peter from the Family Guy, you know. Do I seem kind of tall to you guys? Yeah, I know where I get my desire to be a comedian from, because God has to be a comedian. You know how most tall girls, their height is in their legs? Yeah. Look at me. God made me with all of my height in my Adam's apple right here. It's like, God, you're too talented to work freak, all right?
Yeah.
So many people greet me in the most unusual way. Because I've been tall ever since I was in junior high school, and ever since then people were greeting me like, oh my God, you're tall, do you play basketball? And I thought it would be, finally I got used to it, I thought it'd be okay to go up to a little person. Let me just give you some advice. Do not ever go up to a little person and say, you are really short, do you play miniature golf? Jump kick to my Adam's apple. God, it hurt.
Dating is pretty stressful, ladies, isn't it? If you're dating, men are still kind of a mystery to me. I mean, my last date got mad at me because I wouldn't go all the way with him. Can you believe that it was our first freaking date? Guys, does that mean anything anymore on the first date? I mean, has my pussy got to be a hoagie on our first date? I'll tell you what does. I'll tell you what does mean something. He took me out to dinner to In-N-Out. I'm sorry, guys, that is not a very good foreplay restaurant. I mean, I think the name should speak for for itself. And now, are you serious? Thirdly, we ate for free because his mom works the drive-thru there. I mean, he got his triple bypass cheeseburger all the way, so what's he complaining about? I'd like to start off with my impersonation of Jeff Foxworthy. If your family buries you when you die in a Costco casket, you might be related to Honey Boo Boo. You might be a redneck. Costco, I swear to God, I'm not making this up, is selling caskets. If I'm lying, I'm dying. And if your family buries you in a Costco casket when you die, you'd think you'd be pissed, wouldn't you? But you need to rethink that logic. You need to be thankful, because you were this close to being buried in a cardboard box and they didn't do it. And that's exactly where Walmart's going to go to try to compete with Costco on this. I can just hear them now sitting around in the Bentonville home office. And by the way, ladies, it's all men in Walmart's home office. They don't promote women like they should. We got to do something about that. But they're all sitting around going, shit, Costco beat us to the punch. They're selling caskets. How did we not think of that? Little Jimmy from the mailroom in the back pipes up. He's trying to get on the inside track. Hey guys, I got a great idea. Can I pitch it to you, please? Can I pitch it to you? All right, Jimmy, you got 30 seconds, but it better be good. Go. Well, see, we got all these Frigidaire boxes piling up behind all of our stores. Going to waste. Why don't we just shoot a coat of sparkle paint on them, throw some NASCAR images on the side? I'm thinking price point $89.95. And we could even throw in like a 1-month free burial plot out behind the RV. Jimmy, you're a fucking genius. You're going places with Walmart, kid. How do you feel about oppressing workers and discriminating against women? So, yeah, you'd have to be. I'm thinking, why stop with the casket? Why not hold the whole funeral at Costco? You got everything covered. You know, you got the reception covered with the food court, the popular Costco pizza and hot dogs. You'd never have a low turnout to your funeral because half the neighborhood's already there. You know, the other half's at Walmart. People be pushing their cart down the pet food aisle, getting their crate of Alpo. Is that Connie? Connie Bryan? Oh, look, she was such an animal lover laid out on the pet food aisle. God, she looks so cramped in the fetal position in that casket. Yeah, that's because they make them in China, you know. Heavens, she was tall. You know, strange thing. She's right. Most of her height was in her Adam's apple. This is fucking weird, you know? You wouldn't have to even hire a priest. Just have the store manager do the eulogy. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here on aisle 122, pet food, to remember Connie Bryan. And, Connie wanted to have her funeral here because we treat our employees right and we promote women. And also, we want you to know her funeral is being brought to you by Acme self-cleaning kitty litter boxes. And buy one, get one free on Kleenex.
I went to Costa Rica, guys, over Christmas. Costa Rica was great, man. The food in Costa Rica was really good, too. The food in Costa Rica is exactly like the food we have here in LA. You just add flies. That's what I figured out. I couldn't understand shit down there because I don't speak Spanish, and their English is so broken that I couldn't understand a thing. Like the guy at our hotel was trying to tell me that we had Wi-Fi in the room. He said, "We have Wi-Fi." I'm like, I'll definitely take an eighth of that. Fuck yeah. Order that shit up. So I popped a question down there in Costa Rica. Thank you guys. That's right. Thank you. I asked for anal. Surprisingly, she was like, "Sure, let me just go ahead and strap this thing on." So that was a painful morning. Yep. Especially because I've been dealing with a prostate infection. Boy, that is painful.
Oh my God.
Oh, I had to go to the doctor. The doctor looks at me and says, "Is it painful when you ejaculate?" I was like, "Well, doc, I'm always alone and crying when that happens, so you tell me, right? Tough guy." So the way it works is you go there, the first thing he says is, "All right, turn around, I'm going to massage your prostate." And that's bad. And I always try to bring a little comedy into everything bad in my life. So I said, "Well, hey, how about a reach around with that, doc?" I got it as a Groupon. I figured, you know what? You don't ask, you don't get. He was like, no reach around. I was like, all right. So what I did was, when he was behind me doing it, I just right up front, I started doing it myself, waxing it. You will catch a doctor, a medical doctor off guard. He was like, oh, Brad, oh, what are you doing? I was like, bucket list, doc. That's my bucket list. Cross that off. Thank you for laughing. I never get that response. It's usually stone-faced. When people see me do stand-up, their response is, hey dude, don't quit your day job. But then they see me at my day job, they're like, you know what, quit both. Quit both. 2 days ago, this guy goes, hey, you gonna cut your hair? I said, no, because then I'd have to rely on my jokes. I don't want to do that, guys.
Now, what a silly expression anyway, isn't it? Going all the way, like it's some long trip somewhere. Did you go all the way? No, we tried, but he kept having to stop and ask for directions. And this is the perfect case in point for the difference between the sexes. We both understand the analogy of the long trip. Well, actually, women struggle with that too, don't they? But it's usually a very short trip. But the problem is we don't both see the payoff at the destination. The man sees the destination as a grand destination, the Grand Canyon, if you will. He doesn't get to go there very often. Oh, he's seen lots of pictures in porn, but that's not the same as actually being there and looking over the edge. The man is afraid when he gets inside the Grand Canyon. You don't feel small and insignificant, but when you look at the Grand Canyon, you do. You feel small and insignificant. And there's always the chance that she'll go and anyway, right? We would. I would. When you're a comic, one of the things I've noticed is people love to ask you one question all the time when they meet you and find out you do comedy. We have a lot of comics here today. You find that they like to ask you who your favorite comic is? Yeah. One of my favorite comedians, it's hard to pick one, is Bill Maher. Do you guys like Bill Maher?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Not because I'm a doper or anything like that, because I'm definitely not down with his legalize every drug on the planet mantra. But I do agree with Bill that it's time we try something different. And I agree with Bill, it's time we try something radically different from the way things have been. How about we try this? Setting the right example for young people. How about we send a message loud and clear? You do drugs for recreation, you're a fucking loser. That being said, I feel kind of conflicted about meth. Methamphetamine. I feel kind of patriotic about it because it's the only thing left that Americans still proudly manufacture. I mean, just wait. We were talking about Walmart a while ago. Just wait till the Chinese get a hold of our meth. The way they've stolen every other fucking manufacturing job we've ever had. You know, they'll be making meth cheaper and better. You think Walmart's Tweaker Central now, just wait. And marijuana. More and more studies are showing you don't even want your kids doing pot in 2013 because it's nothing like it used to be back in the 60s. Studies are showing, I mean, it's so much stronger now. Studies are showing that marijuana causes brain damage when used while the brain is still developing. Did you know that? And we now know the brain is still developing to age 25 unless you live in southern states. And then it's about age 5, as we've recently seen with Honey Boo Boo.
It's pretty bad. That's right, it's bad. I just did a show with Hooters, for Christ's sake. I get a lot of that. I get a lot of backhanded compliments. This lady goes, hey, you have the face of Art Garfunkel and the body of Barbara Streisand. I said, you fucking bitch, Grandma. Why? Stop coming to my shows, okay, if that's what you're going to say. I have a lot of stress. That's what my doctor said. I also have a lot of anxiety in my life, especially about sex. Dates back to the beginning. The first time I lost my virginity. I put that condom on. I came in the condom right away. So that has been around for many years. So now it has manifested itself to where I use Viagra, and I love it. Worst part about Viagra is getting it, because you got to ask for that shit, and that's embarrassing. But I throw it right out there. I'm like, all right, doc, I just get nervous, okay? I put the condom on and lose my erection. He was like, Brad, you're in the dentist chair right now. Just gonna clean those teeth, buddy. You can put that away and zip up your pants for me, please. Thank you.
How many of you guys come from a religious family like me?
Anybody come from a religious? Yeah. You guys remember Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter? Yeah. May he rest in peace. I really miss him. Whenever I visit my family, it's like an episode of the crocodile hunter. It's like, shh. Now kids, don't try this at home. The only reason I can do this is because of my many years of experience dealing with other scary creatures, like the Egyptian cobra and the Nile crocodile. I'm about to get up close and personal with a creature even scarier than that, the Southern Baptist.
White people know a lot of words to rap songs, and that hurts my feelings because I don't know a lot. I love rap, love it through and through, but I only know the hooks. You know, gold all in my chain, gold all in my ring. I know that kind of shit. I don't know what he's saying when he's saying the words, so it always hurts my feelings when a white person says the words to the song. So what I've done to counter that, because I gotta keep the balance in my life, is I know songs that I should know, like If You Start Me Up, if you start me up and never stop, shit like that. I was walking here, I caught the bus, and I walked on Hollywood Boulevard, and John Tesh has the star of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And I always say that to say, I feel bad as a black man that people don't know that I know who John Tesh is. That's like, nobody cares that I know that though. That's the thing. Like nobody gives a fuck if a black guy from South Central Los Angeles knows who the fuck John Tesh is. But I be wanting to explain to them, like he did the NBA on NBC song. I want people to know that I know that. Like it says that I'm smart, you know?
When I came back here, my car was broken down. I had to call like a taxi cab. It was like the first time since I was in Chicago that I actually called a taxi cab. Like, and it was this foreign dude who was like super behind on like pop culture. Like he thought like he understood like American culture, but he was like 15 years behind. Like he was more behind than like those Now infomercials. Remember Now? Like those CD commercials?
Like now, it's all the greatest hits. It's now 2013. It's now the Baha Men Who Let the Dogs Out. All the most current hits. It's now 2013. It's Weezer, Hash Pipe.
Like all it is, like those songs came out when I got my first erection. It's like, these infomercials are outdated. This guy was more behind than those though. And, you know, I had a conversation with him. I told him I wanted to become a comedian. And he was just like, so, you want to be comedian now? Like comedian extraordinaire Billy Crystal? No one is as funny. No one. You thought City Slickers 1 was funny. Wait till you see City Slickers 2. His friends gets the wrong girls pregnant. You're in deep shit caca now, man.
Let's make some noise for Connie Bryan.
Thank you very much. I'm Connie Bryan. Can I get real with you guys up here in this bitch? All right? Do I have to be politically correct and say what's popular? Because there's some heavy shit that we need to talk about. We live in an age where we carry the world in our pocket, don't we? We think we're hot shit. We got an answer for everything. Google it. We got GPS devices coming out of our asses. But we've lost our moral compass in America for some time now. And I'm not talking about religious morals. Don't get me wrong. It's got nothing to do with that. I'm talking about community morals, human values, the golden rule, citizenship. You ask a kid today what citizenship means, they look at you like you're an asshole, right? They go, huh, fucking when I jack you with my 9 and take your citizen watch, fucking citizenship. And we wonder why we have such an ugly, violent culture in America, getting worse every year. You see the talking heads, you know, on O'Reilly and CNN and everybody, Piers Morgan, all sitting around scratching their heads, wondering why we have growing numbers of school shootings like Columbine. And I sit around wondering why we wonder why. It's fucking obvious to Honey Boo Boo. Why? Because we're not teaching morals and values to our kids in school anymore. Yet, we're giving condoms to children in junior high school. And the philosophy behind this shit, and I shit you not, isn't that a funny expression on a side note? I shit you not. I'm not shitting on you when I tell you this. Thank you very much. You'd be surprised how many people shit on me every day when they talk to me. Thank you for that. As hard as I try, I still have not found the right guy, or even a guy that's even a guy that's usually right. Yeah. But I'm holding out. And people say, that's your problem, you know. You need to lower your standards. Right. I need to lower my standards. And how's that working out for you, Einstein? You know, having a totally fucked up relationship as opposed to no relationship at all. How's that working out for you? I think I'll keep my standards right where they're at because I really don't think they're that high, and I'll share them with you. I'm holding out for a guy who's capable of thinking about more than 3 things: sex, sports, and ladies, you thought that was the only 2, but there's a 3rd one: sex with himself. But I shit you not, the philosophy behind this is, well, the kids are going to be having sex. Wait. Don't you mean the kids with bad parents? No, the kids are going to be having sex, so get with the program. All right? So we need to make sure they can all have sex and know how to do so safely. No. Right. Condoms rarely break, and sex education should just be about teaching little children how to hold back the cum, huh? Well, who are you, Miss Self-Righteous, to say what's right for everybody else? You clearly don't understand the high concept of moral relativism. No, I understand you're high, all right. And we should probably put that moral relativism of yours back up your twat, where it came from. Back up there with the herpes and gonorrhea that it probably gave you in the first place, you know? Moral relativism is this fucked up bullshit that tries to say there are no boundaries. There are no absolutes, and that's bullshit. There are. One of them is children don't need to be having sex.
Oh, so I'm a dick now. I get it. Yeah, God. All you do is invite us over every Sunday. You just brag about all the cool stuff your son did. You're a jerk. And you made Stephen Hawking a quadriplegic with a robot voice and a little dick. Jerk move. It's religion, man. It's weird to me. It's like, I personally just think that getting into heaven is a lot like going to church. As long as you dress up and act like you care about being there, no one's going to notice if you're not there all the time. I'm not exactly sure what that joke means either.
Willie confided to me earlier that his mother caught him masturbating. Don't feel bad, Willie. I was caught with my mother masturbating me. My father gave me a high five and I said, "Where's your sister?" That's right, Connie, my poor sister. She's a rape victim. But she forgave me. That's a rape joke.
Yes.
I can tell rape jokes because I'm a rapist.
I actually was thrown out of church at a very young age and told not to come back. And I have no gauge or like any kind of idea what that world's about. I got thrown out and now I'm just morally bankrupt. Like, in this economy, I'm in debt morals.
I'll get that. The phone company threatened to take away my features. How do I look without features? The phone company threatened. It's almost over. I called up the interview hotline. I told the operator I was hurting for cash. You didn't miss anything. Thank you. I called up the black party line that was off the hook. A 4-year-old wrote this.
Have you noticed, by the way, ladies, have you noticed how guys even like to talk about sex using a sports code? So, Bob, did you hit the big home run with Connie last night? Did you knock the big grand slam out of the park there, big guy? No, but I made it to second base in the first inning, which is bullshit, total rumor. I mean, I was there, I ought to know. I pitched a no-hitter, and that's hard to do. I deserve some kind of Cy Young, don't I? I mean, okay, I'll tell you, he got to first base, but that was just a base on balls, okay? He tried to steal second, and I threw him out. I'm a huge baseball fan. I'm a huge baseball fan, and I really think you guys are onto something with this baseball code as it relates to dating. I really think you guys are onto something. I just think we need to expound on it a little bit. We need to add a few more elements. We need to add managers, umpires, and the instant replay to dating. And this way, follow me here, this way, when things start getting heated up and out of control, my manager could call a timeout and approach the mound, kind of like Bruce Bochy, you know? Listen, honey, okay, I really don't want to pull you out of the game and all, but you're all over the place, okay? You need to settle down. You're pitching way too many pitches and way too many base on balls. What do you want to do? You just want to give him the games at it? You just want to give it to him, okay? And then, when he does try to steal second, the umpire could be right there to make the call. You're out! After which, his manager could come screaming out of his dugout, kicking sand all over the umpire. And what would they do? To solve the problem, they would consult the instant replay, after which it would be clear it was a close call, but he was out before he ever touched the bra strap. Thank you, I'm Connie Bryan.
Yay! There's a big thing right now, like, oh, the Mayans are wrong. The world didn't end. I would just like to say that the end of the world is a very American concept. That's a very Western belief, that the world will end one day. If you go to somewhere like sub-Saharan Africa, talk to one of those kids, and you're like, hey, good thing the world didn't end. Good thing we didn't end up living in some type of post-apocalyptic wasteland where famine, disease consume the entire population and endless wars ravage the landscape. And like, the kid would just look at you like, I have AIDS. Fuck you. Give me a sandwich.
All right, it's almost over. I was invited to a search party, but they called it off. God help me. What kind of gift do you give at a search party? Did you get enough tape yet? No, I'm just joking. I was in a Man for All Seasons, right over here at the Palacios. What's the name of that theater? Palacios, whatever, on Vine, legendary theater. I was in a Man for All Seasons. It lasted one season. It's almost over.
The point is, the world ended a long time ago. There's plastic in the oceans, fucking smog in the air. We're done. Like, the whole book of history, like, we're done. This is it. You know, there's always like that small survivors colony in every like end of the world movie, 28 Days Later, Children of Men, all that. There's always that one colony of people that somehow manage to like scrabble together and survive. That's us. That's America right now. And Mexico's banging on the door like, please get us in. We're just like, no, you're gonna infect us all.
This philosophy of giving out condoms to kids, I'm embarrassed to say, is basically the brainchild of white progressive intelligentsia, who loves to look down their noses at everybody else and think they know what's right. They got this one way the fuck wrong. And I got a question for white progressive intelligentsia. How do you think that policy goes over with the average Hispanic or Asian family? Newsflash, they don't share that philosophy. Little Carmelita comes home to her hard-working Mexican mom and dad with her new Trojan condom. Mira, mamá, papá, mi principal give me condom, tell me si se puede. Yes, we can. Well, it was implied if he didn't say it. Mommy, what does lubricated rib mean? Oh, that means your principal, he is going to have a sex change. What, Mommy? Yeah, mañana morning. You want to watch? You don't want to be the principal at this point. Little Carmelita's mom's going to be camped out the crack of dawn in front of the principal's office the next morning. Her hard-working, strawberry-picking field worker duties placed on indefinite hold for the greater priority of picking the principal's balls, which just came into season overnight. She'll be speaking her most fluent English to make sure he understands. Good morning, Principal. Is it true you give my daughter a condom? Tell her si se puede? Well, yeah, okay. It's sex education, okay? It's mandated by the state. It's school policy, okay? Oh, okay, pendejo. Guess what? I'm her mother, and mi policia es no, she can't. As mandated by common sense. You give my daughter a condom again? They may deport me, but not before I castrate you like horny Tijuana donkey. Comprende how you say douchebag?
I named my private part Pride. It's not much, but at least I have my pride. There you go. And it's so childish. Thank you. Do you see the shit they use at fertilizer? Okay, just trying to warm up here. It's almost. I was brought up on charges. See, that's how I was brought up. Is it different? I'll do like a semi-Woody Allen kind of thing. Is it different, the cameraman? Is it different? I'm going to interview you.
Okay.
Thank you. I went to a movie today and then I went straight to video. I'm just trying to get a pace here. You know whose name escapes me? Houdini. Oh, it gets worse. I'm getting stoned right after this. It doesn't matter. You've been pumped.
And in closing, let me just say it might go down a little bit differently with the average Asian family. They might give their daughter just a little more wiggle room. Oh, you want to have sex with boy? He gonna need more than Trojan condom. He gonna need 4.0 grade point average. Accept him into Ivy League college. He better drive a Honda or Toyota. Better not come up here driving no piece of shit Ford Focus. I don't care if it was the best-selling car in America last year. And you have boy if you get pregnant. You have girl, we sell her cheap at flea market. Thank you very much. I'm Connie Bryan.
And the man knows. He knows that when he gets inside the Grand Canyon, it'll be extremely mysterious. He won't begin to understand it. He's afraid he may even get lost. So what does the man do? Brave explorer that he is, he brings his REI compass watch and GPS. His manhood demands that he complete the journey and go all the way. And what is he motivated by? He can feel the payoff coming, pun intended. He can feel it coming. We women, on the other hand, we're completely different, right? We've taken guys all the way to the Grand Canyon before. We rarely experience any kind of payoff, right? And like I said earlier, it's usually a much shorter trip than we anticipated. And sometimes he does get lost, doesn't he? Why does he get lost? Because he took a totally different route than MapQuest recommended. He was going way the fuck over the speed limit, reckless driving. Where's a cop when you need one? So we women have learned a more practical, economical use of our time is to slow down, stay under the speed limit, and make the long trip alone. Thank you. Seriously, if you're like me, your worldview is we're all in this together, right? Yeah. You know? So when the Egyptians had their Arab Spring, we were all Egyptians. You know, when the Haitians had their horrible earthquake emergency, we were all Haitians. And when the Kardashians have their horrible Hollywood emergencies, we're all, fuck the Kardashians, whatever happened to must-see TV? It's been clearly replaced by must-have-a-fucking-trailer and KY Jelly TV.